Going live. We're live. Don't you gotta?
Yeah, we're the only ones here.
Yeah. If anybody is watching, this is the first time we've ever done this. So.
Oh, Lunch with a View is here. Hey, guys.
What's going on? Remember, this is our first time.
Hopefully the wind's not too bad.
Yeah. Mike, Crystal, if you're watching, if the wind's too bad, let us know.
Yeah. If you can't hear us.
Oh, there I am on my own.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of a delay.
We did. We actually found this spot 2 years ago and somebody was in it.
Yeah.
So we couldn't stay. But thankfully, nobody else was here. Good. Yay. This is my voiceover mic. I was hoping it would work. We'll just give it a few minutes.
Yeah.
We prepped some questions to ask ourselves just in case.
Well, some of the questions are sometimes what some people have asked us in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to.
We're trying.
I don't know. Lunch with the View might be the only ones
That's
that
all right.
chime in.
At least we're doing it. Once you do it once, we can do it all the time if we want.
I don't even know how long we're going to keep this thing going. Well, that's a wrap, everybody. Thanks.
Well, I can ask you a question. Let's see. Yeah, it's on my phone, so I don't forget. All right, first question. We should move here. We think we should move here too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. There's been no traffic and I hear somebody on now.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. We think we should move here too, but not yet.
We have kids back in Indiana.
Yeah.
So
and they won't
grandkids.
They won't come visit. So even a beautiful place like this.
Yeah.
They don't leave Indiana very often. All right, I'm gonna go with question number 1.
I hope they don't get on the chat.
Why? They don't. Whoop! Wind.
It is kind of late back home. It's after 8 o'clock.
Yeah. All right. Why did you start overlanding instead of buying an RV?
It's pretty simple for me. I didn't want to drive something that big.
Not only that, there's other reasons too.
Well, an RV can go some of the places that we've been able to take this Jeep and have some fun.
Yeah. We don't.
Like this spot right here, like there's spots RVs will fit, but this spot right here, no RVs coming down here.
No. An RV usually means campground, and we're not big campground people.
Yeah, well, I mean,
State parks are good though.
Yeah, there's a wreck spot down the road, down that way, and it's big enough for smaller RVs, not, your big, huge buses that people drive.
Yeah.
But
so we just wanted to be able to get off the main roads and explore places maybe other people can't, or not fewer people can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so everybody knows, I'm not being interviewed, even though that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, he's being interviewed, so he needs to talk a little louder.
No.
Next. Let's see. What's the biggest mistake you made when you first started?
buying too much crap we didn't need.
Yeah. When our very first long trip was 52 days,
55 days.
50 to 5 days on the road out west. And we just try to think of everything possible we might need or want and then bought it all. And still have some of those things and don't use them
Yeah.
at all.
There were some things we tried to use that just never got used. I mean, we went and we bought a full-on. Well, it was part of our hot water heater that we have in there, but it was a whole sink system with a tub and all that stuff. We never used it.
It's
Did a couple
nice.
times, but we never used it.
It is very nice, but we don't set up long enough anywhere to use it. If you were going to go somewhere and stay there for a good 2 to 3 days, it might be worth setting up.
Yeah.
And the air conditioner.
Yeah.
We don't use the air conditioner at all that we bought.
We don't have room for that, so
No. We usually just go up in altitude if we can.
she's a little off the screen,
Oh,
so
I
we're gonna
am.
move her.
Okay.
There we go. We get a little more of the face behind the YouTube channel.
Let's
So all
see.
the videos are her. She edits everything.
Yep.
I
And
just drive her everywhere.
what's one piece of gear you wish you would have bought sooner?
Well, let's ask you that question first.
What's one piece of gear I wish we would have bought sooner?
I know what you're gonna say.
The Alucab.
Well, that's a big piece of gear. I thought she was gonna say the Skullet, but the Skullet just came out.
No, the Skullet just came out. Yeah.
So it would have been nice to have that, obviously.
Yeah.
A little bit.
We have somebody else. Hi, Rob.
Oh yeah.
I think you're friends with Lunch with the View too.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. Have a question. Ask away. We're just chatting. While they're doing that. Yeah, I would say the Alucab because it makes life so much simpler.
For our type of lifestyle on the road. Yep.
Because we travel for so long and so far. How did we get our name? So we got our name because originally we wanted to be called Roam Free. And we had put that out there years ago and filed for a trademark to the name and lost the trademark because other people filed for a trademark. I don't even know if anybody uses it in the same realm that we would. And then we were in Colorado. I know what the campground was. We stayed at a cottage. Before we started doing these kind of trips, we used to always rent little cottages in a campground for a week, just so we weren't like in a hotel setting. And we were there sitting on the porch.
Outside of the
Rocky
Rocky Mountain
Mountains.
National Park.
Yeah. And just sitting on a porch. And he said, "What about Rome Elevated?" And I said, "That sounds cool." And that's just how it came. We still wanted the Rome in the name somewhere.
Yeah. And the elevated kind of just worked out because originally that's all we were doing. And then we ended up getting a whole rooftop tent thing, which kind of elevated our sleeping platform. So it just kind of fit.
Yeah. And we kind of tend to be more in the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
Than that spot. We were originally going to go to a spot by the ocean, but we spent too long.
Yeah. We had to do some
grocery shopping.
Yeah. So, and in our fashion, we left yesterday's camp, which we went to Doran Lake last night, and I think we got there at like
6:30.
6:30, and somebody was in the spot right on the lake. So, but they were a nice couple and older couple, kind of like us, and they were quiet. They didn't care. We stayed up a little bit up from where they were, just maybe like 50 yards, and then we did try to drive around and see if I could find another spot, but there is, don't waste your time. There is no other spot.
No, there's no other, even though it looks like there might be. Hey, John, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Another friend of Mike and Crystal's, I believe.
Yeah. We're getting all Mike and Crystal's
Yeah,
friends,
see,
but-
so Mike and Crystal should do a live then. We've already chatted with you guys about this.
Yeah. And not even our own kids are on it.
Well, it's 8 o'clock there. So hopefully that answered your question about how the name came about.
Yes. Yes. Just kind of ended up fitting.
Yeah. Yep. Friends with Mike and Crystal. All the love from Vancouver Island, no love from the States.
As of right now.
Yeah. We're trying to read comments. Sorry.
Yeah.
We know you guys are busy. It's fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to work right now, so we get it.
Yeah.
When we're working just as busy. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Like I said, 2 years ago, when we tried to get this spot, somebody was down here.
Yeah.
So, but it's not a spot like that you're going to see a big camper down.
No.
So it's pretty much a one car.
Tent.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess tent
Yeah,
or
you can have a
some kind
tent.
of setup like we have, or a Bronco with a rooftop tent on it.
Yeah. All right. Any questions, ask us. We're just going to go through other questions. Okay. So what's one piece of gear you wish we would have bought sooner?
I thought we just did that.
No, you never answered it because
Oh.
Mike and Crystal had a question.
I mean,
I said the Alucab.
Yeah. I'm not exactly. Well, Alucab's been around for a while, so we just didn't know it was out there.
But the funny thing is, when we first got our Contour canopy and we had our 23-0 tent on it, we saw an Alucab and we said, we don't need all that. That thing's huge.
Yeah, we did.
And then 2 years later, we needed all of that.
On the island 2 years later.
Yeah.
And then me setting up at 23-0 nonstop as we tried. We were on the island for 3 weeks. And as we tried to do what we do, move every day, and 15 minutes to set up, 15 minutes to tear down, I told her, I was like, we might have to go a quicker, simpler way.
He wasn't having fun anymore.
Who's that?
We met at the West Coast Fan Fest. Hi, Ken and Susan.
Yeah.
Hey, we're still on the island.
Yeah, we're still on the island.
I think we're fully recovered now from the West Coast Fan Fest.
Oh man.
We were wiped out. She says it's the best thing ever. It is. It's an awesome tent.
Yeah.
Expensive, but worth it.
I mean, it's a base. It's still a decent amount of money with the base, but then obviously with everything else, it's all the little things that you tend to start putting on here that add up. The water tank, the kitchen, the molly panels, the electrical part side of it with the solar on the roof. And,
but
even all that stuff is great. Awning, the shower tent, like all that stuff is great, but it comes at a cost.
Yeah. But even if you get just the tent, it's a pretty simple tent.
Yeah.
On the top of your vehicle.
Yeah.
To take
And,
up and
I mean,
down.
and some people just get the shell and then they build out how they want to build it out. Like, not buying all Alucab stuff, but
yeah,
we just kind of got all Alucab stuff because we knew it would fit and stuff like that. But there's a great fabricator called 813 Fabrications who makes all kinds of extra stuff for Alucab. If I'm pointing to the Jeep, but
sky's the limit. Not always. This was a hard process for us to spend. All right. What's been your scariest moment while traveling? Is the bomb. I'm so in love with your setup.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad for
Mike
from Lunch with a View when he set up his tent for the first time, and how quickly mine was to set up.
No, I felt the worst for him when he left his keys in it and he put it all away and had to open it back up. That was the worst.
Keys left in the tent and phone
it.
left in the tent. I've done that before.
Done that. So. iPad left in the tent.
And you just got to go,
yeah.
What happened?
Checklist.
So.
All right. What's the scariest moment you've had while traveling?
Well, for me, it's been the spot in Arizona.
Yeah. We do have a video of that spot.
Yeah.
It's so gorgeous where you are. Enjoy. I hear the weather's going to change. Yeah. We did go to Cape Scott. and Horn Lake. We did not go to Mystic Beach though.
Yeah, we didn't make it over to that west side of the island. Well, we were there 2 years ago. We just didn't hike to Mystic Beach.
Yeah.
But we did kind of drive that area and ended up in Port Renfrew, and then went and saw the Lonely Doug and did all that all the way up to the lake.
It's kind of hard to hike with Buddy.
Yeah, it is good.
The Cape Scott hike, he had to carry him most of the way there and most of the way back.
2.7 kilometers, which is like 1.6 miles or something like that.
And then
13-pound dog in one hand, and then switch him to the other hand.
Yesterday, where were we at? The lighthouse?
The lighthouse in Eucalypt.
Yeah. And then he carried him most of the way there. And then I carried him like a baby, and he was falling asleep, but on the way back. So.
And he's sleeping now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the scariest moment for me was Arizona too. And we do have that on video if you want to see it. The video, of course, doesn't do it justice as to how bad it was. And we were newer to our videos, so we were caught up in what was going on and didn't like automatically just grab a camera and start taping it. So a lot of it wasn't taped, but
I was more worried about falling into a 15-foot wash.
We
we did.
We've been everywhere.
So I mean, we've been on since the West Coast Van Fest, which ended on Sunday. So we are essentially 8-9 days after that.
Mhm.
So we've been traveling for basically all that time. The only time that we sat was when we were with Lunch with a View for a night, and then we sat the next day also, and she caught up on some video and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah.
We move every day.
We were St. Joseph Bay, and then all the way down to Eucalypt just the other day.
Yeah.
And then back up to Dorn Lake, where Mike dropped us a pin.
Yeah, we keep saying we're going to stop backtracking, and we can't. We're in important area. We've been around there a lot.
I think we've been through there 3 times just this trip.
Yeah, just this trip.
So,
all right. Another question. That's the same one.
Yeah, I just read that one.
So why did we choose a Jeep Gladiator? We have different reasons why.
Well, my reason isn't overall performance over the Tacoma, because it was going to be either one of those vehicles. Obviously, we didn't say on our 53 or our 55-day trip we were in a 350 Gladiator, a 350 dually, so that we didn't make well for trails and stuff like that. So there's 2 things for me. The Gladiator is obviously well equipped, and or the Rubicon, I should say, is well equipped, and also the Tacoma is. So I love the fact that the Gladiator is a little narrower, but I also would prefer the room inside a Tacoma.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to give or take on anything, I'd probably rather have a little bit more narrow vehicle to help with tighter spaces.
Plus availability of what was available in our area.
I mean, we have the same vehicles.
I know, else. But we didn't buy a brand new one. Like we bought a used one.
Yeah, we bought a used one, and these were actually cheaper than a Tacoma at the time,
and had more options than a Tacoma. At the time.
So, what's your reasoning?
My reason is kind of the same. I thought that this was better out the gate, without us having to build it up as quickly than the Tacomas that were available at the time.
Because they are awesome. They are awesome.
Yeah. So
this thing's been through a lot, as you guys will see, because we're coming to Side Bay with you guys.
Yeah.
Unless Mike and Crystal don't want us to come anymore.
What's one modification that's worth every penny? There's lots of them, actually.
I have 3 that I know of. The suspension, hands down, is easily the first thing I think anybody should really do. obviously you want to get a feel for what you think you need. That's what we did. So this is actually our third time in Canada. The first time we had just an Alucab cab and then the rooftop tent. And the shop that we had that we put the Contour on told me, it's like, hey, with your setup, you're probably going to want a new suspension. And I was like, yeah, we'll see. So the whole way to Canada, truck just did this the whole way to Canada. And then when we stopped, it was sitting like that. So I was like, yep, suspension. So that's what we did when we got back. I would say suspension number one. Power brakes
number two.
So if no one's ever heard of that, power brakes are a Baja. They're made from Power Brake, which is like a off-road Baja company that makes brakes for all kinds of vehicles now, Tacomas and Gladiators, and I think you can put them on Lexuses and different things like that. But those things are rock solid. And then the long-range fuel tank that we have. So the long-range fuel tank gives me an extra 17 gallons of fuel, so I can carry 35 gallons. So.
Yep, our home's fine.
Yeah, our home's good.
Where we live, like tornadoes come close to us, but the city we live in is in. Now I'm going to say
metro area.
Yeah, but I'm going to say they call it a valley, but it's not what most people think of when they think of a valley.
Yeah, not a valley like you guys have out here.
No, but our city's in a little bit of a dip compared to the surrounding cities, and tornadoes don't really come through.
Yeah.
So we get some crazy winds, but they've had some crazy weather back home for sure, in Illinois too.
Yeah, and I mean we've been there for 21 years now.
Yeah.
Because we're originally from Ohio. And man, I think the closest tornado we ever had might have been like 15, 20 miles from our house. So
yeah, they don't really come down.
Yeah.
And some police officers did a talk at one of our school events and told us that. So
yeah.
Let's see. So we're good, and we're stuck with Mom Crystal now, or you're stuck with us, one or the other, right? Yeah. And we look forward to meeting everybody too.
Yeah, we do. It's gonna be fun.
So why didn't we wait till retirement to travel? That's because
I didn't want to die before I got to see places.
Like we went through a lot of family deaths, close to 10 years back. Yeah.
Her side of the family went through
a lot. Yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah. Went through a lot. And my mom died at 60, and my stepdad died at 55. And we saw too many people having health problems and passing away or living with a lot of struggles that we wanted to be able to see things and do things now. We also started having kids early. We've been together forever, and he won't say it's when we met, but we met when I was in 6th grade and he was in 8th grade, and his mom was my bowling coach. We did not date, but that's where we met. And so our kids are grown. We're empty nesters. So why not enjoy it? And
also too, I mean, so I used to be a semi truck driver, delivered liquor to the great state of Indiana, all over the place. And,
worked hard.
14, 16-hour days. Like it was wear and tear on me. And like one of the reasons I enjoy driving, it's kind of in my blood, but it kind of started to take it away from me. So it was time to go. And she's been a bus driver for 15 years. So that's a great schedule if you want to travel and still actually work. So it was one of those things where, I was like, well, I'll just go be a bus driver, and then we can have all this extra time together, and be able to go. Like right now, we have 8 weeks. Well, not a full 8 weeks.
No,
but,
7, full 7 at least.
We do want to be home for a little bit. So we're cutting it to about 5 weeks, I think is what this trip is going to be. 5, maybe 6, close to 6 weeks. But,
we have our school system has what's called a balanced calendar. So we get 8 weeks for summer, 2 weeks for spring, 2 weeks for fall, 2 weeks for Christmas. Yeah. So we're always, when school's out, we're out kind of thing as much as possible. So we have that.
We
kind
wish
of
we had the
schedule.
ability to have.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me get this. That in our backyard.
Yeah. Where we
But
could go out on weekends
yeah,
and stuff like
we
that.
do not have that in our backyard. So,
Mm-mm.
and if anybody wants to know what Indiana looks like, I always compare it to Manitoba. Like
Just flat.
it's flat.
But even our lake, we have a river, a decent.
Yeah, you don't want to swim
but
in that.
it's called the White River. It should be called the Brown River because you don't even want to.
Yeah,
It's just gross.
I think there's signs that say don't eat the fish out of there.
There is signs that don't eat the fish.
Yeah,
because there used to be a huge Firestone tire plant where
where
in
they
our
made
city,
tires.
and it's contaminated the ground. There's actually places in the city that they're not allowed to build because the ground is so contaminated.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine what the water's like there. And I do live by a reservoir, but it's just for people with party boats and fast boats, and it's not really.
Yeah, it's a big reservoir. I mean,
it's not pretty like this though. Still,
this lake is probably still bigger than the reservoir is. But I mean,
that's what we got.
You know, got $1 million houses on the edge, and you can't get to the edge unless you just, you know, really, it's not much of a swimming reservoir. It's a boating reservoir.
Yeah.
So anyway,
see what
we're rambling.
Yeah,
we're rambling.
That's all right. What does every road have a story mean to you?
Well, I mean, to me, it's just an up and down, and you know, you never know what you're going to get. Like sometimes, you know, a couple roads can lead you to a place like this. Sometimes it leads you to a dead end that you got to do an 8-point turn in a trail. So, I mean, it's just, to me, it's just the adventure of it, you know.
And there's history everywhere you go. So there's some kind of story somewhere about the land. What's your favorite spot you've seen on Vancouver Island so far?
Howdy.
Hi from Seattle. We love that you love watching. It's kind of cool to meet some people because we don't know who's watching.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool to see people. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. So anyway, our favorite spot on Vancouver Island. Oh man,
There's had so many.
Yeah, we've had so many. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna lie. Gooding Cove and Side Bay when we were there 2 years ago. I mean, that's where we spent our last 5 days on the island. If that says anything, like
by ourselves too. There was nobody really around.
It was
pretty nice.
Yeah, it was nice. Gooding Cove. We spent 2 days on Gooding Cove. And then, I mean, hell, we would have just stayed there the whole time, but Side Bay was places people had told us to kind of check out. You had to check out Side Bay, and it's cool. You know, like I said, where we were at, there was no one around, so it was awesome.
Yeah. I was amazed by when the tide changed and these rocks came out of the ocean and all the starfish. And then every night I was scared to death that we were going to get washed away because it sounded like the waves were like right under the truck and it was just going to wash us away. Yeah. But it was pretty awesome there. I don't know, just anywhere by water.
I will say,
and remote.
Yeah, I will say St. Joseph Bay. I think I would probably like, because we've seen people camping on the beach. I think because we only walked to the first part because obviously we have him and we weren't doing like backcountry camping and stuff like that. So the first part, the 2.7 kilometer part, like there are people camping on the beach. I think that would be pretty cool. Take a tent and go down there.
Yeah.
Because it was beautiful down there.
It was.
It was a little cold.
That day, yeah. It's been warm ever since. Any questions, feel free to ask, but we'll just keep rolling through the questions we have.
Yeah. We're just rambling.
Yeah. What is the most remote place you've ever driven? He drives, so I don't.
I mean, I would say like there's been a lot of remote places on the island that we've been. I mean, that spot in Arizona where we got stuck, that was pretty remote where we were at. Man, it's kind of hard to Oh, the Owahis
The Owahis is very
in
remote.
Oregon.
Yeah.
That's very remote. There isn't much around.
And the town that is somewhat around, there's really nothing there.
Gas station
Yeah.
and I guess at least gas stations. So because there's a lot of Forest Service roads in that area that really you could spend hours on them just driving around. They don't always lead to fancy places, but you can spend hours driving on them. So
Yeah.
Oh, and when we were in northern Arizona, north of Grand Canyon.
It says 60s van life. I remember your t-shirts and your 4-year-old video you said talked about. You're lucky you can go anywhere you want. Our 24th Class B with a slide out is proving difficult to go anywhere. We actually did do Harvest Host once when we were in California, and where we didn't really find anything. So we didn't really fully use it though, I don't think. Yeah,
I would say
we haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
We did look at it,
Yeah.
but we haven't done anything. I think if we were in a van or something like that, that would probably be better.
Well, yeah.
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 A little more privacy. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. And we'll see you in a couple days. So
any regrets on the Alucab and the Jeep? Not having it sooner.
I mean, the Jeep came pretty much after the first attempt, which, like I said earlier, was in a 350 dually. So the Gladiator has been around pretty much the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The Alucab, yes. Wish you would have got it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the simplicity of the tent for anything. But it's also nice to know we can close that back door and there's not a ladder that comes out that just any Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk up to and try to climb up.
And mess with us.
Yeah. So being able to close that door and lock it.
Yeah. Because there's a lot. Sometimes when we're traveling west, it's such a long drive that we have to stay at rest stops and things like that. And I would kind of sleep, but I would always be nervous that somebody might.
Well, it's also kind of hard to sleep with cars constantly whizzing by.
But
I
don't know. I don't really have any regrets.
I don't either. Money.
Yeah. It's quite the expense.
Yeah.
But
it's not a cheap thing, that's for sure.
But I mean, there's been a lot of obstacles that you've gone over and inclines you've climbed up and you've been like
pounds or maybe even a little bigger. I can kind of feel the weight in there, but it's almost like either I get used to it or this may sound stupid, but Gladiator starts to handle it better. I don't know.
You definitely, when we first start off, are like, I can feel that this thing is weighed down by the way it's driving. So, but yeah.
Let's see. There's only one.
Oh, a Harvest Host, only one on the island. Yeah, there's lots in the States.
There is.
There's
it seems a lot in like California and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Again, we've looked at Harvest Host once or twice, but honestly, for us, it would probably be
if we were
in a
like
crazy pinch.
Or in a city setting, maybe. Yeah.
If there was a city we wanted to hang and just kind of adventure in the city, and that was kind of the only thing around. Because I'm not a fan of trying to do something like that in the city and then having to drive 45 minutes to go find a place to disperse.
Mm-hmm.
And then have to drive 45 minutes back. And, especially since disperse camping, you can't reserve. So
you never know what's going to happen.
You can leave it and then try to come back to it, and then it's not there.
Yeah.
So
there are some cool, I don't know if you guys have heard of hip camps. I don't know if those are out here, but in the States there's hip camps, and you have to pay for them, but they're usually on people's property and things like that. And there can be some pretty cool hip camps, but we haven't done any of those. Our first priority is always disperse.
Yeah. And if I was in a Class B with a slide out, I'd probably try to find some casinos if they were in the area that allow you to park
we have
for the
looked
night.
at those. Yeah.
A
lot of them will let you free.
Yeah, there are a few that'll let you do that for free. That's probably, oops.
We've even looked at those sometimes when it's hard to find a spot. What's one thing people think you need for overlanding, but really don't? We like to call ourselves adventurelanders because we kind of adventure everywhere.
We don't really.
We just
we
overland.
but it's more of an adventure.
Yeah, it's a means to our adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So-
what's
Overland is a definition to what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's not what we're doing.
so what do you
Adventurelanders, I made that up. So
what do you think people think you need, but you don't really need?
it would be stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we thought we needed a lot of stuff and we tried to prep and we did a lot of research on some of the stuff that we bought. And again, it was a completely different setup. So we started off, 350 dually, 8-foot bed,
Packed.
pack, back seat. We tried to like cover all our creature comforts all at once. Things that we thought we needed, like she said earlier, the air conditioner. I found that I think there's only one time that I felt like, well, we had the air conditioner with us, and there's only been one time that we've used it.
Twice. We did once.
Well, I'm talking about in this setup, in the Jeep, stuff like
yeah.
that. We did take it one. Oh no, it was in the
No.
350
Yeah, we did in California once.
in Arizona.
In Utah.
Yeah, Utah. I'm sorry,
Because
Utah.
it was so hot that night.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even last the entire night.
No, you have to have a power bank
Yeah.
or multiple batteries. Batteries only last about 5 hours.
hmm
But anyway,
But we learned quickly how you can change the temperature just moving up in altitude.
yeah, exactly.
So that's what we do now, if we can.
And like the island, I mean, the last couple of days was kind of hot, but by the nighttime, man, it was perfect.
So I would say you don't need a crazy decked out rig, and you don't need all kinds of crazy stuff. You just need to know what your vehicle is capable of and don't push it. And if you have access to things quickly, you don't need as much stuff with you. Yes, you do. You very much do. I don't feel like we have accents, but even in Indiana, people are like, I know you're not from Indiana because of your accent. And I'm like, Ohio doesn't have accents, but I guess we do. But yes, Canadians definitely have an accent. And you do. Well, yeah. But you do pronounce things
A little
differently
differently
than some words that we do. Like about. We hear a lot of people, what do they say? About?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you definitely
I mean, when we
almost
were
like
in
a
Indiana,
Minnesota.
what is it? Indiana, they say pop or no?
No, they say pop. Indiana kind of, we don't,
was-
but a lot of people have a little bit of a southern draw to them.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny to listen to them.
yeah. We obviously don't. We're
No.
we're in Ohio.
We're Northeasterners.
Yeah.
Not as much as like East Coast hardcore, like Boston and New
Yeah.
York and those kind of, we don't say coffee. But yeah, you guys do.
Yeah, when we were when we went up to Maine last
Oh, boy.
October, like there were a few people we ran into with some
Yeah.
serious
Yeah.
accents.
I think that's my least favorite accent is the East Coast. Roof? Did we say roof different?
I don't know. Roof?
Well, when
Well,
we
I
see you
say
on
roof.
Friday, tell us how you say roof.
Yeah.
Roofer? Roof? Chuckle. We don't know. We're so used to each other.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't even hear.
He doesn't most of the time. That's why in the videos you'll see cut, because he's like, what? Huh?
Man, I'm busy always setting up and tearing down.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, video wise. What video are you most proud of on the channel?
Oh, for me, it's Billy the Kid.
Series.
Yeah, it's a series. The Billy the Kid series. I enjoyed it,
Mm-hmm.
and
It took a lot of effort.
It did. It
Like
was not.
we researched history and
Yeah.
stuff for months before we left.
Yeah.
And then trying to find places while we were out there, trying to remember the history so we didn't sound like fools on camera. Double checking the history because Blazer's Mill, when you go there, the sign says the 4th. No, the 5th. But everything we checked said the 4th. So I don't know what to go with, but
Yeah.
it's definitely put a lot of effort into it, but it was a lot of fun and very proud of how those turned out. Yeah. What video do you think deserves more views? All of them. Go watch them all on repeat, nonstop. Continue playing. No.
I mean,
Every time I put out a video.
she does all that work, and it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time, and with our schedule, we get up in the morning, we go drive buses, which is usually about 2.5 hours or so before we get back home, and then both of us have what our district calls us middays. So it's where we go in and we either pick up some kids, take them home, or pick up some kids and take them to school, and then we come back home. And when we're at home, our normal schedule is that in the hour that I have before I have to go back, and she has a little bit longer than me, we do usually a 30 to 40 minute workout, and then I go back to work sometimes 2 minutes after I'm done with the workout. And then I get home, we eat, and then she goes back. So in the meantime, and then she comes home and we have I think she has about a little less than 2 hours before we have to go back and take the kids home from school. And then we get home from that and then we're tired and it's like our minds switch into relax mode and it's dinner time and it's chill and then in bed by 8:30. Yeah. That's how we roll when we're at home.
It takes about a whole week to edit one video.
Yeah.
When we stayed at the lake the other day, I edited all at one swoop. And I said, man, if I could do this every week, it'd be a lot easier. But it was still like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, it was about 4 hours.
And then 2 hours to upload the thing, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, but we're on a Starlink.
Yeah, I know, but
Starlink Mini.
What they charge, it should upload quicker. So.
And we were using it with our phones and everything else also.
If you could do one adventure anywhere tomorrow, what would it be? No limits.
They have not. Warning, our connection is unstable.
Hopefully we're still there.
For us, that's for me in Alaska, just because it's one of the few places that we haven't been yet.
Yeah.
We still have there's still a lot of places we haven't been, but we've been to quite a few states. Vancouver Island twice.
Yeah.
A little bit of
Alberta.
Banff and Revelstoke, that area. So northern BC and Alaska, which we're going to do a little bit of northern BC, but I know we're only going to be not even really touching maybe like 20% of it. So.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you too on Friday, wild card.
Yeah.
For me, I definitely want to do Alaska and northern BC, but I also would love to ship the Jeep over to Europe.
Oh, yeah, she wants to do that.
I want to go Scotland, Ireland, Italy. I want to do it all. So.
Okay, well, she's going to have to get a second job.
I probably have to get like 4 jobs.
So.
Well, if anybody else has any questions, let us know.
Yeah.
I think we prepared about 20. I didn't read all of them, but most of them I did.
Yeah. What did you miss?
The last one was how we travel with Buddy because he's a senior dog. What we would tell somebody in their 40s and 50s who would like to start adventuring.
Obviously, the typical answer is just do it.
Just do it, which is not as easy.
I mean, I would just I would also say, figure out how you want to travel if you
Yeah.
have the ability to travel.
Figure out what you want to do as an adventure. That could be just going someplace new and staying in a hotel. It could be being out in the wild. It could be on a cruise. Whatever you're comfortable with. Because although we love what we do, there's a lot of times it gets hard and taxing and tiring. It can be exhausting.
Yeah, there's definitely. I was gonna say there are definitely days where, sometimes I wish I was in a Mercedes Sprinter, just park it and get up, not even have to go outside and just walk to a bed,
Yes.
walk 5 steps and go lay down. So
I think it was just this morning he was like, I got to stop moving bins. I'm so tired of moving bins. So,
yeah,
but we also move every day. Not that we have to, we just do.
yeah, not that we have to, but I mean we are on borrowed time
Mhm.
as far as like going back to work and stuff like that. So
We try to do as much as we can.
yeah. So
Hopefully make them interesting.
yeah.
And then we always travel with Buddy, who's 16 now. So we have to be a little more aware of his needs.
Yeah.
And making sure we stop a little more than we used to, making
Yeah.
sure we try to keep him on a schedule because he
For
doesn't
eating,
he doesn't like to not be on a schedule. Because if you
And-
saw our main video, he got pretty sick.
yeah. And part of that is also on him because
He gets stubborn.
he just gets stubborn and like refuse to eat for some reason, and then he'll go all day without eating, and then we'll get somewhere and he can't control himself and he eats crazy fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
Trying to think of what else I didn't talk about. I think if you go up more, there might be a few. We're looking at our phone at the questions I had saved. What if we ask you guys a question? Let's see. Mike and Crystal, why did you guys start doing what you're doing and do a YouTube channel?
it's probably gonna take him a minute to respond.
Quiet crickets.
They're out getting some gifts for their son's birthday.
Let's see. 60s van life still here. How did you guys enjoy the Chrome Fest, the Van Fest? It was all about Chrome, we know.
There we go.
We were already doing the adventures and the exploration, and we figured let's just do it. Let's film and see if people are interested. And now we're obsessed. Now you can't stop, right?
And that's the bad part, man, because that Ford Bronco you got is just gonna keep on getting stuff added to it. And then it's gonna keep on costing you more and more and more.
Yep. The Jeep does that to us.
Yeah.
Every trip we figure out other stuff we need.
Oh, I already have I already have a list. So
Mhm. We had a list before we even left.
yeah, I did.
Of stuff we didn't get in
and
time.
I couldn't get it in time. Yeah. So, I mean, not many people have seen, some of you guys have seen the roof rack and stuff that I just put on there with the Rome case. And the Rome case is awesome. Kept all the 3 years ago. Thanks for all that. I don't know if you got yourself that little air thing yet, the Wolf Box air thing. But I had to use that on my engine after you guys left. There was so much dust in the engine. So if you're Mike, bring me a Phillips head screwdriver or a couple of them that are like, I don't know about that long, so I can take my air filter out because I couldn't get it out. I didn't have a long enough screwdriver.
Yeah.
I need to blow that thing out. Make sure the Jeep can still breathe.
That's kind of how we started though too. We just
we
fell
started
in love with what we were doing and said,
we
why
started
not?
traveling, and it was one of those things where like we were going to do it regardless.
Hmm.
So we just added the filming in there. Well, try to do the best we can.
I'll make sure I got some tools. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
We figured if anything, maybe
It's all your dust anyway.
we figured if anything, maybe our kids would appreciate them one day, and maybe grandkids would like to see it one day. But
Yeah.
if other people enjoy it too, that's even more awesome. So
Mhm.
we're hoping to grow it and explore more and eventually be able time. But some days for sure, I'm like, well, after 2.5 years, it can get tiring.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's a work in progress every day.
Mhm.
Every time you go out, it's progress.
Yep.
So, I mean, you want to enjoy it, and then you also, want to film some of it. You
And
want to
share
film
it.
some of it for you. You want to be able to, when you're somewhere like this, be able to actually enjoy it and not think about, what the next step is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because you didn't film it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we were up in the lake this morning, and for some reason, my dumb drone wouldn't work.
The
I don't
controller
know.
wouldn't
Yeah, the
work.
controller would not work. I don't understand. And then it wouldn't shut off after we turned it on, but the screen wouldn't come on, so I couldn't see anything. And then all of a sudden, poof.
Yeah.
2 hours later,
It worked just fine.
But we were already gone.
Yeah.
So, but it's you don't want to take away from the fun and the enjoyment of what you're out here doing.
No.
It's just one of those things, like she said, and YouTube's giving you the ability to put stuff up online, and so that, like, we have 4 grandkids,
Hmm.
and eventually, I mean, 3 of them are not old enough to. Well, one of them's not even born. It was
Yeah.
the 2 that are born are really not old enough to understand what we're doing. But in the future,
Maybe
you
they'll
go back
think
and
it's
watch Grandma and
cool.
Grandpa.
Yeah. And we've met some cool people recently. We've always kind of stuck to ourselves,
Yeah.
but I got an aunt on me.
Yeah.
But recently we've put ourselves out there a little more and met some really cool people. So that's been
Normally, it's just me and her.
Mhm.
So some may ask how I don't strangle her, but it's a hard time
Let me ask how I don't strangle you.
because you wouldn't be able to get home.
Oh, I can find my way.
Yeah, she couldn't find it.
I got GPS. Might take me longer.
Good luck with that. Sometimes GPS doesn't help you. So, like I said, Love always referred to herself as I'm the Maverick from Top Gun. So we named our Jeep Top Gun. But I'm the Maverick, she's a goose, and sometimes I want to eject her. If you guys have ever seen that movie, you know what happens to Goose when he gets ejected. Sometimes I'm like, but it's all good.
Yeah.
So wind's blowing this thing around.
I know. It's all right.
We've only been almost been
An
out here for an hour.
Yeah. We said no more than an hour because there's other YouTubers that we watch and we'll go, oh, they did a live. And then we see it's an hour and a half to 2 hours. And we're like,
Usually it's like 2 to 2.
Let's get your questions in.
But we do appreciate all the people that did
Yes,
show up.
definitely.
You know, we knew we were shooting for the moon on this first ever live stream.
Yeah, but we had some
We
people
weren't
show
sure how it
up.
was going to go. I wasn't sure if I was actually ready, but I'm actually talking more than I expected.
Yeah, so now we can do more.
Well, when we get home, I'm doing some podcasting.
Yeah.
So,
is there any podcast topics you'd like us to go over? You can tell us.
I think we're going to probably start with our first, how we first started.
How we
will
started.
Probably be the first podcast.
Yeah.
I think it's a good way to start. But your life was great. Guys. Enjoyed it. Keep up
Thank
the
you.
good work. Thank you.
You guys too.
Yeah. And we'll see what we put together in a couple days. Now, I don't want to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning again. Friday night may be okay. Saturday night, we all got to drive back on Sunday. So we can't get a ferry off the island. Man, it's so hard to get ferries off this
I
island.
know.
We can't get a ferry. I think originally we did 620 and we found an opportunity to move it up to 4.
4 on Monday.
So, yeah, on Monday. So, oh, Crystal, I think we're going to try to stop by the shop on Monday.
And grab
'cause we're
some
gonna have time to
chocolate.
kill.
Yep.
So you might see us there on Monday.
Grab us some chocolate.
But we got a few minutes. Like, is there anything else you want to?
4 more minutes.
Don't have to be exactly an hour.
No, but I don't know. I think we
So-
went through all of our questions that we had.
Yeah. And I guess if our kids watch this tomorrow or something.
Yeah, if anybody watches it, they can
Yeah.
drop us a question in the comments and we'll answer.
So, I don't know.
We're going to be sad to leave, that's for sure.
I mean, it's the island's awesome and it's been great. I think I do want to see northern BC on the mainland. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I mean, and eventually we obviously have to head home. So,
Oh
no.
Crystal. What are we going to do?
I know.
I guess it's all right since it's her birthday.
Yeah, we're not gonna make her go to work just so
Yeah.
we can see her at
We
work.
might still stop in though for some chocolate.
Yeah, she said there's vegan chocolate there.
Yep.
So, we might have to check it out. We're gonna have time to kill.
Yeah,
So,
before the ferry.
unless we can hop on an earlier one if she keeps checking the updates.
Yep.
So.
No, the island's definitely been one of our favorite spots.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, one, it's been much drier this time, like
It
way
is
more
much
dust
drier.
and dirt this time.
Yeah.
And 2, I think a lot more camping spots have been filled during the week. I think last time it was, she said she'll meet you there. You don't have to do that.
No.
It's your birthday.
Yeah.
I feel like on the weekends last time it was busy, but during the week it wasn't. And I think there's been more people out here camping and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember everything of the 3 weeks that we did last time, but I've been surprised I've remembered as much as I actually have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I remember this site and who was in this site.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
It all comes back.
yeah. And we were driving there. She's like, "How do you remember that?"
I know.
It's just.
And then he always asks me, how do you not remember this stuff?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I mean, but like I said, I'm interested to see what northern BC has to offer on the mainland.
Mhm.
Not really. I mean, I don't want to say excited, but there is part of me that is looking forward to being at home also too, because being on the road, whatever, she can say that, whatever she wants. Listen, she hasn't been able to cook or make her little chocolate
Peanut butter cups.
Yeah, peanut butter cups that she makes, and
We actually bought some peanut butter cups, and I'm sure I'm gonna take one bite and be like,
I know. They're
It's
just not gonna be
something.
the same.
It's something, but it is what it is.
Chocolate. I'm sorry, but chocolate is like one thing I was never give up.
Yeah.
No matter how much I'm on the road, I will try to find it somewhere. So it is one of my weak spots.
We had some granola with some chocolate in it, and he went diving into it, just being like, "Oh, there's some chocolate."
I was actually just eating the chocolate
Yeah.
versus eating everything.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I mean, there's things that she likes to be able to do at home that we can't do on the road as easily or at all.
Mhm.
So, but
I'll miss
I know.
the scenery though, for sure.
oh, without a doubt,
I'll
like
go
when we
back.
get back there, we'll probably be like,
Ugh.
okay, and it'll probably be hot and humid.
It will. I think I saw a post that it's in the hundreds there.
Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna.
No, with
That's not
humidity,
gonna-
it's in the hundreds. I think 103 today or
it's-
tomorrow.
It's so nice. It's breezy here. It's kind of getting a little chilly.
Yeah. Well, gonna get chilly the next couple days. I think.
Yeah.
But that's all right. It'll wash right.
I don't know. Are we gonna have? We haven't checked the weather. I don't know if we're gonna have rain and stuff like that inside Bay or not.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Well, if there's no more questions,
Yeah.
thanks to everybody who joined for our first live.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it wasn't a mess.
Yeah. Hopefully we did okay.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike and Crystal for sticking around for the whole time.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. You know.
And bringing some friends.
Yeah. And if there is anybody on here that or watches it afterwards, Lunch with a View, check them out.
Yep.
They got
60s
a great
van
channel.
life. You said you were going to get another video out.
Yeah.
If you're still here.
So we appreciate everybody for showing up.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.